We're about to get swept by the Reds again, aren't we? Like, a part of you is impressed by it, though, right? Hi, I'm West, and I love talking about the Astros. I'm here to talk about Game 71 of the regular season. The Astros lose 10-3 to the Reds. They have now lost the series against Cincinnati over the weekend, and they will try to salvage one tomorrow so they don't get swept. They have not won a game against the Cincinnati Reds in, like, I don't know, 6 years. I don't know, they got swept the last time they played them. It'd be kind of funny if it happened again. Okay, so Belak didn't look good. We'll go to pitching immediately. 4 earned runs in 4 1/3, 5 runs total, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Brandon Belak is your 5th starter in the rotation. These games happen. Brandon Belak has quite a lot over the past ever since he has become a starter again, has given you some games that were very, very winnable that the Astros very much didn't. And it's important to win those games because he is your 5th starter, and sometimes he's going to go out and have games like that are not good, that you're probably not going to win, which is why the other ones are so very important. And it's important to me because I don't want people to be upset at anything that happens for Belak or France or anyone, because this is what 4th to 5th starters look like. Jared Schuster on the Braves, their 4th starter, has a 4.57 ERA. The Yankees' 4th starter, Luis Severino, again, he's the 4th starter now because of injuries, go figure, has a 6.48 ERA. And I believe Taj Bradley for the Rays, who has been moved up to the 3rd starter, again, because a lot of injuries have happened, has like a 4.12. This is what the 4th or 5th starter looks like. And even that, Belak isn't. He is like your 8th, who has now been moved up, which is what you can say about the other ones as well, right? Injuries have necessitated him to move up. And he has matched that call, as well as the majority of contending teams, playoff teams, 4th or 5th starter has done after being moved there from injuries. It's wild. It's really wild to me that the Astros have gone through all that they have. Losing McCullers to injury, losing Garcia to injury, losing Verlander to free agency, and they still have such a good ERA and such a good staff. And I don't even know where I'm going with this video. And I'll say that honestly. I don't know where to go. The Astros are just kind of mediocre right now. I would even go as far as to say they're bad right now. They are 3-7 in their last 10. They're not great. They're not good. I think they'll be good. I truly do. I think because you're going to get healthy again. This video is going off the rails, and I'm just going to let it run and see where we go. You're going to get healthier as the season progresses. Right? Obviously, Garcia and Lance aren't coming back, but Jordan's going to be back. Brantley, it actually looks encouraging. He might be back soon. I think Bregman's going to find more of himself than people give him credit for. I think Abreu is really on the fast track back to being him. And I think Tucker has more to give, and I think he's going to give it by year's end. You're going to get healthier. You're going to get better as the season rolls along. And I think a couple of moves can fix the bullpen. Taking Presley out of the closer role and giving that to Brian Abreu needs to happen, and I think it will sooner rather than later. I think Montero needs to be switched to the garbage time guy, and honest to God, this might be the dumbest opinion I have. I don't care. I would make Seth Martinez the Montero guy. I would swap him. Make Montero pitch the weird blowouts and let Martinez be a setup man. He's got better stuff. He, over the past month, has given me more to be excited about, more to be hopeful with than Montero. And I think the majority of you could also agree with that. On the positive for bullpen things, Maton looked great. Maton dazzled, picking up 3 strikeouts. He's been fantastic for him. That's a big part of why the ERA and the bullpen the team's ERA looks so good. He was the exception for the bullpen. Because Stanek gave up a run and didn't look great. He gave up 3 hits in an inning. Nearest wouldn't give up any hits or runs, but he walked a pair in an inning. But again, Nearest has been very, very good this season. I'm just pointing out today he wasn't that good. The offense was bad. Altuve had 4 hits. That was super cool to see. Would have been cool if the offense would have done anything around him and he would have had an opportunity to have a 5th at bat to maybe go get that 5-hit game that he still doesn't have, which is just wild to me. He had a home run, a double. Yainer Diaz had a home run. Side note of things that I think will make the team better. I suppose probably by August, at least I hope he'll be the starting catcher, and Martin Maldonado will probably fall into the backup role. This team, at the moment, is not very good. They are a team. They're a wild card team. Maybe they'll stay in a wild card spot for the next few weeks. Maybe they'll fall out and go up and down and kind of fall in and out of that last wild card spot. I think the Astros have to have a deep and brutally honest, uncomfortable conversation. I said it in a couple videos ago. I said it in the twofer, the Lance video. You got to ask yourselves, is it worth it to go out and spend the assets this deadline to go get what you need to be what we would consider a legitimate World Series contender, or do you just kind of let it ride and come back at it next year? I think that's a very legitimate and very fair question for the Astros to ask themselves. They've won a lot. They've won a lot the past few years. I don't know if you've noticed that, but World Series, ALCS appearance, World Series lost but won the pennant, ALCS appearance, pennant, World Series. That's a lot of winning. That's a lot of winning. If they have to take 1 year to reassess, to just let the farm system kind of cycle through, bring up more prospects for trade chips, and not deplenish it for one season, I think that's a legitimate path you can take. Because again, I think they could make the playoffs. And what we've seen from the Nationals and the Phillies and the Braves is if you make it to the playoffs, anything can happen. You could go knock off the best team. And I think the Astros, they're going to get better. They're going to start rolling better than they currently are. They just will. And on top of that, the Astros were World Series bound. They started the postseason last year. They were 7-0. And after the 7th game, as a collective fan base, we said, they finally played a complete game of baseball where the pitching, the offense, and the fielding, all three looked good simultaneously. Because the first 6 playoff games they played last year, we kind of mutually said, oh wow, that wasn't particularly impressive on all sides of the ball. They were in the World Series before they played a complete game. Like, if there is a team that could, and we've joked about it, that could mid their way to a World Series win, it would be the Astros. And right now, there is no other way to put it. They are mid. They are mid personified. I have no idea where I went with this video, but it just was sort of that thing, a 10-3 loss, you just kind of got to get it off your chest, and this is that. This is the get it off your chest game. They're kind of mid, and I'm not going to pretend they're not. I think they'll stop doing that. I think they'll be good, but right now, it isn't that level of bad where it's kind of funny, like it was the first 20 games of the season where they were straight up bad. Or the next, 30 games where they were actually really, really good. They're just mid. They're just bang your head against a wall mid. Have we said everything? Are we good? We content? I think we've all had our moment. So the Astros play again tomorrow, 2:10 Eastern, 1:10 Central. The Astros are going to send Ronel Blanco to the mound. And the Reds send Luke Weaver, who rolls in with a 6.23 ERA. It's going to be like a 2-1 loss. I feel it in my bones now, but I'll be here afterwards to talk about it. As for right now, that's all I have to say. If you enjoyed the video somehow, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, go Stros.